Hello everyone, I'm Kanika Gupta. I'm a yoga teacher, therapist, and an EFT practitioner. Topic for today's video is managing anxiety. Now, before I go further into the topic, I want to share as I'm going to discuss about anxiety. I'm going to refer anxiety as a state, not particularly as a condition. Let me elaborate. Most of us, at some or the other point in our life, might have experienced anxiety. It could be that sensation of unease or discomfort the night before an important exam or an interview, or you're about to meet an important person and you're feeling jittery and nervous. Or before going on stage, many people have public speaking anxiety. So a is this when certain events make you feel nervous, restless, and you feel uncomfortable. Most of us are able to handle this. We may talk ourselves out of it, or we may contact a friend, take support, and or distract ourselves from what we are thinking, what we are feeling, and it works well. But some of us may feel more acute symptoms, and at times we may feel they are out of control. We are not able to control them, and certain situations can be very cute and can also be scary for the person who is experiencing it, or for the people around them. Now there could anxiety can also be aspect of certain other situations or conditions. It could be a physical illness, it could also be a psychological condition, or mental disorder. In fact, there are a couple of disorders which are grouped under anxiety disorders, and there are a couple of and there are some other illnesses where anxiety may be a prominent symptom. Coming back to anxiety as a state, um, it is the experience of anxiety as felt by a body and mind. Let me give you an example. Like in terms of mind, we may feel racing thoughts. We may feel something bad is going to happen. We may even feel we need to do something about it, and uneasiness. And you can also feel some more physical symptoms, something like breathlessness, something like racing heartbeat, feeling nervous, shaking or trembling. Some acute cases, there could be fainting, there could be pain in the chest as well. Those are, by the way, the symptoms which should not be ignored. And if you don't have any formal diagnosis of anxiety attacks or panic attacks, please call an ambulance to know the exact reason for the pain in the chest. Okay, so so all these symptoms, I can say, in this state of anxiety, our body and mind is in a state of hyper arousal. Our nervous system is hyper aroused. It is as if there is an immediate danger, basically danger to life, and we need to do something about it. That is how our body is responding. And the fact is that most of the time when we are feeling anxiety, it is not life and death situation. So there is a possibility of calming down that state to considerably, so that we can act according to the situation. If there is an interview, we don't need to respond as if it's a life and death situation. So yes, calming down will help us to think more clearly, and we can actually decide how we want to respond in that situation. Now, another reason why I'm choosing to discuss anxiety as a state. In fact, there is another state which I'm planning to discuss later in some other video. That would be the state of depression. So the reason is anxiety feels very clearly in our body in a certain way. It's a state of heightened stimulation. You feel it's the state of activation to the extent of disturbance, as compared to the state of depression, where you feel actually hypo aroused. If anxiety is hyper aroused, depression is hyper aroused, you feel low, and that is what we say, we feel low. We are not thinking about, we are not thinking about what to do. It's basically a state of resignation. There's one more reason why I'm choosing these two states, and that being in terms of yoga. These are both two opposite gunas. So if anxiety can be termed as under acutely rajasic in nature, depression can be termed as acutely tamasic in nature. Rajasic being a state of heightened activity to the extent of disturbance, and tamasic would be the state of inertia. Now, as I'm going to discuss techniques and tools for anxiety, you can as well use it for anger. If you have been dealing with high irritation recently, or if you need something to help you with anger management, if for example, you're fine all the time, but people around you don't go the way that you want to be, or somehow the structure that you want things to be in don't go the way. That is also where we can actually use a similar practice. So again, what happened when certain things or certain structures, the way we want them to happen, if they don't go our way, we feel again the state of arousal. Anger is a state of arousal. So again, same thing, we want to bring it down to the state of calm. Not inertia, not low, but calm, a balance, which in fact in yoga there's a word for it, sattva. Sattvic is a state of balance. So I don't want a person who is anxious to come into the state of depression, but I want a person who is in a state of anxiety, want to come into a state of calm alertness, where they can still feel, they are still alert, they can still think, but they can think more clearly and according to the situation in hand. Now, in terms of yoga practice, I actually like more of a holistic practice for people, which has an element of both, a little bit of energizing a person, a little bit of calming down a person, so that they bring it they come to a balance or sama. Maybe at times we were working with me one-on-one, then the practice that I'll be giving for a person who has anxiety might look very similar to the yoga practice that I might be giving to a person who has depression, but there could be some subtle difference in the focus and intentions and maybe the breath work. Now, there are some general lifestyle changes and intervention that a person can adopt, which can have a soothing effect on the nervous system and in general enhance your mental well-being. First would be exercise, and in particularly adopting some kind of light cardio routine. It could be a walk, it could be swimming, it could be light dancing. Generally, when you do light cardio, it kind of releases some hormones in the body which makes you feel good and positive. So in a very gentle way, it can also enhance your stress handling capacity. But overall, I will not suggest high intensity cardio. It can increase the anxiety sensation. You can even use light weights, but again, not too much. Of course, yoga asanas, breath work, yoga nidra, and about which I will be discussing later in detail. Next could be, we can also use some stress reduction techniques, and I use EFT, very helpful. Again, I will be talking about it in detail later. Reiki can also be used, and there are some many other techniques. I essentially use yoga, EFT and Reiki, so that is what I will be talking about more. Eating healthy, we all know the benefits of good healthy diet. It's good for your physical and mental well-being both. Avoid alcohol, avoid smoking, and if you can, please limit caffeine. Green therapy, this is actually a self-coined word. I don't know if this word exists, but yes, going out in open, going for nature walks, looking at trees, looking at plants, it makes you feel good. Now, it could be just a placebo, or maybe I just like the color green, but it definitely enhances your sense of well-being. Also, I particularly find nature very inspiring when I see trees around, plants around, and how they stay strong, and they stay there. They just stand there despite whatever the weather is, through storm, through rain, through summer, through winter. So for me particularly, that is very inspiring. So, and people have talked about benefits of being in nature. So maybe you can also benefit. It needn't be just find any park and any area where you have some green. In fact, even looking up at the sky is very good. You look at the birds, and it can also serve as a healthy distraction if nothing else. So please try green therapy. Some people also call it forest bathing, and it has its own benefit. You can definitely check out internet. There are a lot of studies around it. Next would be pet therapy. If you can get a pet, they definitely are very helpful if you have any mental condition. But yes, just see if it's possible for you to get a pet. If not, that's completely fine. Next is involve yourself in some kind of art. It could be drawing, it could be singing, it could be learning a music instrument, and it could be dancing. Again, it has very soothing effect on your complete mind and body, and it also can serve as a distraction from your state. In fact, these days, art therapy and movement therapy are being employed to help various patients in variety of mental disorders. Last but not the least, work with mental health care therapists. If you have been feeling chronic anxiety, or if it's kind of limiting you in some areas in your life, it's been interfering you in your life, and it's affecting your relationship, and it's been there for quite long time, I will suggest please consult a psychiatrist. Some cases might get very serious, so always good to visit a psychiatrist. They might prescribe you medication, they will also prescribe you some kind of continuous counseling. All these interventions that I'm going to suggest can be used alongside, and most of the therapists would agree to these interventions. That's it for now. In the next video, I'm going to share the yoga practice that would be conducive for somebody who has been going through anxiety. If you're feeling acute anxiety attack, it may not be the time to practice yoga, but it's something, if you can develop a regular practice of yoga, so the next time that you have anxiety attack, maybe you will feel more empowered to handle the situation, and maybe you can calm yourself down faster than before. Thanks for watching this video. If you feel some hope through this video, please save it and follow the next few videos that I'm going to share about managing anxiety. If you feel there's somebody you know who are dealing with similar situation, please share with them. Hopefully we can benefit them as well. So see you and thank you.